So you should have all of your coral drawn around. You might have your plastic in there somewhere as well. I'm going to draw mine over the top of my animal. So I've chosen to do a shark. Okay, so just a quick reminder about holding your pencil. When you're drawing larger shapes, hold it about halfway or nearer to the top. When you're doing smaller shapes, so when I draw in the teeth, I'll probably hold the pencil a bit nearer to the tip. Okay, so that's about holding your pencil. So shape and proportion. So I'm going to draw this shark the same size. Okay, exactly the same size. So I don't need to make it smaller or bigger necessarily. I'm going to draw it the same size. You need to make a judgment about yours. But I would recommend that you keep it roughly the same size. That's why we drew this box around our as a border. We drew around our whiteboard to give us some guidance. Okay, so I'm going to have my shark in front of me. Okay, I'm going to keep looking back at it all the time. I'm going to think about what position I want the shark in. I think I want it to the side like that. So I'm going to have it on a diagonal in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to look at the shapes that I've got. So I'm going to keep looking back at my picture in front of me of my shark. I'm going to hold my pencil about halfway and really, really lightly, I'm going to start to observe some of the shapes and draw them onto my final piece. Okay, some of the shapes might go behind your coral. You can lightly overlap it if you want to. Okay, so I've got like this curve here, then I've got this bit that comes out to the side. Now what I don't want you to do is make up the shapes. You're only going to draw what you actually see. Okay, don't think of it as a seahorse or a fish or a shark. Just think of it as a series of shapes. Okay, so I'm just going to draw all of my outline. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. The next thing I feel I need to do is get the mouth in, because that's one of the main parts. So I'm looking for the main shapes I can get in before drawing in any kind of detail. So I've got like this sort of bump here. So I'm thinking about, well, that comes just a little bit in front. That's the start of the mouth. So you need to give yourself guidelines of where things go. And what you can do to help you with this, if you're doing it exactly the same size, you can use your pencil to help measure. Okay, so for example, I can measure the width of the mouth with my pencil. I've pinched it with my fingers there, and I can put it on my paper. Yep, I've done it just about the right size, so that's good. Also, I need to check the angles. Now my shark's mouth is at an angle. So as long as I try to keep it steady, okay, I can line up. Oh, I think my mouth needs to go slightly down a little bit, so I can adjust that. Because I've drawn it nice and lightly, I'm going to be able to rub out that line, so it's not too much of a problem for me. Okay, so nice light lines. So I'm going to keep working on the mouth. Okay, I'm going to look for this edge bit here. So it comes actually quite close to the edge of that shape that I've already drawn. Okay, so I'm keeping that in mind. Remember, I can check the measurements with my pencil. Got this funny bit that goes up in the middle. And I'm going to carry on all the way round the mouth. Some wavy sort of lines here. I need to try and get those in. And that bit goes up a little bit more. Okay, I'm not sure if I've drawn the mouth wide enough, so I'm just actually going to measure the lines on here. So I drew those lines there. So I'm pinching it with my fingers, checking on here. Actually, it's not too bad. I've not done too bad there. I thought it didn't look quite right. Okay, but I can, because I've done it nice and light, I can always go back into it. I'm going to start to draw the shapes on the inside of the mouth now. So I'm not going to do the teeth or anything yet. So I'm going to draw the shapes really lightly on the inside. Hold my pencil about halfway, so I get those nice sort of curves. It's easy for me to get those curves. So I've got these kind of wave shapes in here where it goes inside the shark's mouth. There's these bumps here at the front. Next thing I'm going to do, I think, is getting some of these lines on the top of the shark's head. So I'm getting some of those lines there really lightly with my pencil. Remember, I can change these. It's just an indicator so I can get started. I'm going to get the eyes in. I feel like I need to do that. They're not sort of round. They're sort of like triangle kind of shapes. So I'm observing the shape. This one kind of looks more square. It's sort of off to the side. I'm not sure I've put them in the right place. So I'm going to check with my pencil. I'm going to measure with my pencil, see if I've got them in the right place. Oh, okay, I've not done too bad. Okay, but it's always good to check. Oh, that one doesn't feel like it's in the right place. That one feels like it's a lot lower. Yeah, I need to bring my eye further down. It's more of a slant, so I need to rub that part out. Okay, I'm just going to check that other eye again on the other side. No, I do need to bring that one down a little bit more as well. Okay, then I can start to draw in the more particular shapes, so like the teeth. Again, I'm going to need to kind of look at each individual one. I might need to count how many I've got and make sure they're spaced out. Okay, because there's a gap in between and they're not all the same shape. They sort of vary. Like these ones get narrower because they're at an angle. And then it gets to a point where I actually can't see anymore, so I have to stop. Okay, again, on the other side, you can see more of the gum. So I'm going to try and get that bit in as well. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to start to draw your animal in the middle of your work. Okay, think about where you position it. Doesn't need to be at an angle. And then what I will do next is I will add in, I think I'm going to have the fork in the shark's mouth coming out from the sides. That's what I would do next. So the focus is shape and proportion. Okay, good luck.